Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is my second video on mass spectrometry. I have previously uploaded one video on basic principles of mass spectrometry. If you have not watched that video till now, then please go to the description box. I have attached the link there, so please watch it. In this topic, I will mainly solve some previous year questions of CSIR NET and GATE on this mass spectrometry. If you are new in this channel, then please subscribe to my channel. So let's start the questions. This question came in December 2017 for 2 marks. From the question, we can see that we have to identify the compound among these 4 which will give base peak at M by Z 72 in the EI mass spectra. Now, in my previous video on basic concept of mass spectrometry, I have told that if a aliphatic ketone which does not contain any gamma CH bond, if bombarded with a high energy electron in EI mass spectrum, then the molecule will undergo alpha cleavage, and if the molecule contains gamma CH bond, McLafferty rearrangement will compete with the alpha cleavage and give the major product in the mass spectrum. Now, among the given 4 options, we can see that this 4th option, it does not contain any gamma CH bond. That is, it is alpha and beta. In this case, it is also alpha and beta. So, if this molecule in EI mass spectrum bombarded with an electron, it will form product by alpha cleavage. That means when it is bombarded with electron, it will form first a radical cation, then it can undergo alpha cleavage. There is 2 possibility. If this alpha bond breaks and radical cation generates from this part, then the M by Z value corresponding to that cation will be 85, that is not equal to 72. And if this alpha bond breaks and cation is generated in this portion, then the M by Z value corresponding to that cation will be 57. That means from this option we cannot get any M by Z value corresponding to 72. Now, the remaining 3 options each contains gamma CH bond. That means each will undergo McLafferty rearrangement. Now, in this case, in McLafferty rearrangement, first it will liberate one electron and it will form radical cation, and then this oxygen radical will abstract this hydrogen radical and it will cleave homolytically, and this alpha bond beta bond will also cleave homolytically to give this radical cation and this olefin. This radical cation can rearranges to this enol form, and M by Z value corresponding to this radical cation is 72. Now, if we see the remaining 2 options, this compound after McLafferty rearrangement will give a radical cation for which M by Z is equal to 58, and this molecule after McLafferty rearrangement will also give a radical cation corresponding to M by Z is equal to 58. You can solve these 2 McLafferty rearrangement step by step by yourself and see that this radical anion is forming or not. That means from this given option we can see that the first option will give a radical cation for which M by Z is equal to 72. That means this compound will give base peak at M by Z 72 in EI mass spectrum. Here I want to mention another thing, that during this alpha cleavage the carbocation is forming from this part for this CC bond cleavage. Similarly, there is another possibility that carbocation will be formed in this part and this species will be radical, and the peak corresponding to M by Z of this tertiary carbocation will be detected in the mass spectrum, but for that species also M by Z will be not equal to 72. And similarly, for this alpha cleavage, here carbocation is forming for this part, but there is a possibility that carbocation will be formed from this part. Here it will be carbocation and this species will be radical, and that case this carbocation will be detected in the mass spectrum, but in this case also M by Z will not be equal to 72. Do you understand what I want to mean? You try this cleavage by yourself. If you feel any difficulty, then let me know in the comment section. So let's go to the second question. This question came in June 2017 and we can see that it came for 4 marks. I have previously told when I have discussed the basic concept that using mass spectrometry we can also calculate the isotopic ratio in the compound. This question based on that isotopic ratio concept. We can see that IRCl plus in the mass spectrometry shows 3 mass peaks at M by Z corresponding to this 3 value. We can see here that the M by Z increases by plus 2 unit. Now we know that chlorine shows 2 isotopes with the mass number 35 and 37, and similarly iridium also shows 2 isotopes, that is one is 191 and another is 193. That means we can say that this M by Z value, which differs by plus 2 unit, arises due to isotopic substitution in the compound. We have to identify the intensities of the mass peak corresponding to this M by Z value, and it is given that the natural abundance of iridium 191, 193, chlorine 35, 37 are given in this value. Now to calculate the intensity of the mass peak corresponding to this value, we have to know that how this M by Z value can be formulated from different isotopes of iridium and chlorine. For IRCl, the main compound is IRCl plus. Now in case of IRCl, if iridium exists in 191 and Cl as 35, we can get the M by Z value corresponding to 226. Now if iridium exists as 193 and chlorine 35, we will get the peak of 228, and there is another possibility that chlorine exists as 37 and iridium as 191, that also give M by Z value 228. Another possibility as iridium as 193 and chlorine as 37, that will give M by Z value corresponding to 230. That means 193 plus 37, it will give 230. Now since the natural abundance of different isotopes is given here, we can calculate the intensity ratio of the different M by Z value as like this. Here we are taking only the numerical value of the natural abundance. It will not give any different result if you take the percentage or decimal value as 0.37 or 0.76. Since it is a ratio, all the percentage or decimal you take, that will cancel out, and you can also calculate by using this numerical value. You can calculate it by yourself taking the relative intensity as a decimal point. Now as I discussing this, that 226 is generated by iridium 195 and chlorine 35, and the relative abundance or intensity for this is 37 into 76, and m by 2, that is 228 m by z value, we can formulate it by taking iridium 193 and chlorine 35, and there is another possibility, that's iridium 195 and chlorine 37, and the relative abundances of the different isotopes is iridium 93, it is given as 63%, for this it is 76%, for iridium 191 it is 37%, and chlorine 37 it is 24%. And if we sum up this multiplication value, we will get the intensity ratio for intensity value corresponding to m by 2 m plus 2 m by z, and m plus 4 m by z value we can formulate by taking iridium 193 and chlorine 37, and the relative abundance of these two isotopes is like this, and if we multiply this, we will get the intensity corresponding to m by z is equal to m plus 4, that is 230. Now we get these three value as the intensity value for the different isotopes. Since in the given option you can see that one you have to make 100%, that is 1 m by 1 intensity ratio will be 100%, you can see for all the cases. That means you have to make this one intensity value as 100%, you have to divide this value by any of these three integer. I want to make this intensity value as 100%, so I am dividing it by this value, and it will give 1, and we have to divide all the three value by this unit, and if we divide this value by 5676 it will give 1, if we divide it by 5676 it will give 0.495, and if we divide it by 5676 it will give 0.266. It is just a calculation, you can solve it by yourself to get the answer. Now if we multiply both the side by 100, it will give 100, it will give 49.5, and it will give 26.6. You can solve it by your technique. So the intensity ratio corresponding to m by z 226, 228 and 230 is like this: 49.5 is to 100 is to 26.6. So the answer is option number A. Is it okay? You can take a screenshot of the whole page so that you can do by yourself. This question came in June 2018 for 2 marks. It is given that the mass spectrum of a compound shows an m by 2 ion peak that is about 4% of m plus ion. This indicates that the compound has one which atom among these 4. Now this question is also based on the isotopic substitution of a compound. Now since the m by 2 ion is about 4% to the m plus ion, we can say that the molecule contains a element for which m by 2 isotope exists, and it exists in 4% to the m isotope. Is it clear? Since the m by 2 ion peak exists as 4% of the m plus ion peak, you can say that the m plus 2 isotopes of the element exist in 4% abundance to the m isotopes. That is, m is mass unit of that atom. Is it okay? Now to solve this question, we have to know the isotopic ratio for different element. In case of F19, it exists as 100% abundance. There is no other isotope, so it is not correct for this case. For sulfur, the 32 sulfur and 34 sulfur, that is it is M and it is M plus 2 isotope, exists in the ratio of 95:4. That means if the M plus ion in the compound observed as 100% abundance, then the M plus 2 ion arises due to this isotopic substitution of sulfur 34 and it will observe at 4%. That means according to the question, the M plus 2 ion exists as 4% of the M plus ion, so the molecule contains sulfur atom, one elemental sulfur atom. Now in the case of bromine, the 79 isotope and 81 isotopes exist as 1:1. So we can say that M plus and M plus 2 isotopes, M and M plus 2 ion peak will observe in the ratio of 1:1. Now in case of chlorine, since chlorine 35 and chlorine 37 exist in the ratio of 3:1, so we can say that the M ion peak and M plus 2 ion peak will exist in 3:1 ratio. So sulfur is the atom that the molecule contains. This question came in GATE 2018 for 1 mark. It is given that in the electron ionization mass spectra of methyl hexanoate, methyl heptanoate and methyl octanoate give the same base peak. We have to calculate the M by Z value for that peak. We can see that all the three given compounds are ester and all these three contains gamma hydrogen. That means both three will undergo McLafferty rearrangement, and we have to see that, or we have to show that all these three compounds after undergoing McLafferty rearrangement will give the same ion peak. Here I want to say another thing, as I have previously told that aliphatic ketone containing gamma hydrogen, alpha, beta, gamma hydrogen undergoes McLafferty rearrangement. Now this rearrangement is also possible for ester or amide if both they contains gamma hydrogen, then McLafferty rearrangement is possible for both the two cases. Here this ester methyl hexanoate 1 2 3 4 5 6, that is methyl hexanoate contains gamma hydrogen. As I have written wrong previously, I have written alpha carbon here, but according to this carbonyl carbon, it is alpha, it is beta and it is gamma. Now when it is bombarded with electron, it will generate this radical cation, and after McLafferty rearrangement, that is alpha, beta and gamma hydrogen abstraction and this alpha beta bond cleavage, it will form this radical cation and it can rearranges to this radical cation. And for this radical cation, the M by Z value is equal to 74, and we have to see that the remaining two compounds is giving this M by Z value or not. And in this case, it will liberate this olefin. In the case of methyl heptanoate, it will undergo McLafferty rearrangement. Here alpha beta bond will cleave and this hydrogen will be abstracted by oxygen and it will give this ion peak. You can solve it by yourself by step to see that this compound is forming or not, and it will liberate this olefin. And in the third case, methyl octanoate, after McLafferty rearrangement, it will also give the similar peak. So the M by Z value corresponding to the peak is 74. So the option number answer is 74. You can see that since all these three compounds are straight chain ester, so there we can say that after McLafferty rearrangement, it will give the same M by Z value. If there is any branching at the alpha carbon, then the M by Z value corresponding to the product of McLafferty rearrangement will differ, but since it is state chain, there will be change only in the olefinic part. Since the chain length is increasing, there is a change in the olefinic part but not in the ion peak. Is it okay? Okay, next go to the last question. This question came in December 2019 for 2 marks. We have to identify the compound from this 4 given compound which in EI mass spectrum will give the peak corresponding to this fragment ion. Now to solve such type of question, we have to proceed like this, that how many unit is decreasing from going from one m by z to another m by z, as by subtracting this value we can tell that which part is eliminating or removing from the compound. If you calculate the molecular ion for this 4 compound, you can see that all the 4 compound corresponds to molecular mass 121. That means this 4 compound in mass spectrum will give peak corresponding to m by z is equal to 121. So from this peak we cannot differentiate this 4 compound. Now the next peak is coming at 105, that means 16 mass unit less. That means we can say that the molecule is fragmenting or removing a unit for which mass is corresponding to 16 unit. Now 16 mass unit can correspond to one NH2 group or oxygen atom. That means we can remove or fragment one NH2 or O atom from this 4 molecule. But in these 2 cases, removal of a unit for which m by z is equal to 16 is not possible, since here elimination of either this methyl group or this NH2 group is possible, and for which m by z is greater than 16. And in this case also, if this group is cleaved, then the m by z will be greater than 16. So these 2 option is not correct. Now between these 2, in this case we can fragment NH2 unit, and in this case also we can fragment NH2 unit, for which we will get 105 m by z value. That is, if we remove one NH2 unit from this, it will give this cation, for which m by z is equal to 105. And in the second case, if it eliminate one NH2 unit, it will give this carbocation, for which m by z is equal to 105. You can try this fragmentation by yourself. If you feel any difficulty, then let me know in the comment section. I will solve it in the next video. Now in the second case, we observe that the third fragment is observed at 77 mass unit, and the difference between these 2 fragments is 28. So there we have to remove a unit corresponding to m by z is equal to 28 from these 2 unit. Now if you see that removal of a unit for which m by z is equal to 28 is not possible in this case, since here is a possibility of removal of this CHO fragment. It will eliminate as CHO radical, and here it will be radical, and it is radical cation, for which m by z is equal to 76, since this unit corresponds to 29 mass unit, since 12 hydrogen is 113 and oxygen is 16, that is 29 mass unit. To get m by z 77, you have to eliminate one CO unit, but here it is not possible to eliminate only CO unit. You can eliminate CHO fragment. Now in this case, after getting 105 M by Z value, we have to eliminate 28 unit, and it corresponds to CO unit. Since carbon is 12 and oxygen is 16, it is 28, and it is possible to eliminate CO fragment from this, and if it fragment CO unit, it will give this cation, for which M by Z is equal to 77. You can think this fragmentation like this. You can write it like this. You are cleaving this double bond. Here it will be radical and it will be radical cation. You can write it like this. We are substituting here carbocation, and this lone pair electron will go here. You can think it like this. There will be a tautomerism between this. And now if we fragment it like heterolytically, then it will give this carbocation and carbon monoxide. So we can see that this compound satisfies these two different fragments, and this 44 unit we will get from this compound if it undergoes cleavage from this side, and it will generate radical and it will generate the carbocation. For this unit, M by Z is equal to 44. So we solve all the three fragments from this compound. So the answer is option number B. Is it okay? So that's all for this. If you like my video, then please share it and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.